Fua. Despite my attire proving otherwise, do you know what time it is?
No, what time is it?
I think it might just be Christmas time! Really? Now, what's better than Christmas?
I don't know. What is?
Sonic.
Sonic the Hedgehog?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, what if we took Sonic and took Christmas and put it together?
That's a brilliant idea. And they've done that before, haven't they?
Top 5!
Crap, they've done it before. Okay, top 5 monsters of the week.
Alright, top 5 monsters.
Monsters of the week. Giant eldritch abominations that have enough power to level cities, and yet can be stopped by a single blue blur. What makes a monster in Sonic a monster of the week? Well, first off, he has to be a monster and not an Eggman robot. Second, it has to be the final boss of the game that it's from. And finally, it has to be a sealed evil in a can and not a person transformed into it. Sorry, Eraser and Melina. Some say that these monsters have made newer games suck, making Eggman comic relief and no longer a real threat. Others say that changing the final bosses from the fat bald guy to giant monsters hell-bent on ruining the day of our hero was a change for the better. Regardless on your stance, almost everyone agrees that these monsters are awesome, both in design and gameplay. Oh, and music too, as the final boss's songs always put you in the mood to kick some ass. So, without further ado, let's start looking at the baddest of the bad in our countdown with number 5.
Good!
Okay, this guy is the embodiment of badass. See this? This is Metal Sonic. Well, guess what? He ran away and fixed himself after exploding and became Neo Metal Sonic. And after that, he turns himself into a giant mechanical monster with the most badass name ever. And if that isn't enough for you, he can fly. Yeah, flying's the shit. Attacks and gameplay mechanics are all awesome. When you're fighting this guy, and his theme, like for the fight, it's probably my favorite track in the entire game. Badass boss, badass name, badass concept, badass idea. Hell, he throws warships at you.
But isn't he a robot? That doesn't count. This is a list of the best monsters.
Aw, come on, dude. He's monstrous enough.
Explain the metals and the wire everywhere.
Okay, we're bumping up number 6 to number 5. Solaris, you're badass. And probably one of the only cool things that come out of 06. Good job.
Great!
Why is Dark Gaia so damn awesome? I think NTom64 put it best.
Look, that's blood! Look at that! Gee, I know it's green. Like, imagine if that had been red, this game would have been rated like 15. Look at all the eyes! What's with all those eyes? Resident Evil. Oh, Tom, that's the funniest thing you've ever said. That's hilarious.
Other than that, who wouldn't want to fight a giant thorn dragon living in lava that you fight Punch-Out style? COD players. That's who. Supersonic controlled amazingly. In fact, it was Knights. Blatantly, amazingly, Knights. The music was so freaking hype, I literally nerdgasmed the first time I heard it. And of course, you kill him by piercing his eye. Imagine someone putting a needle in your eye. Now imagine that at the speed of sound. Yeah. Ouch. Then why isn't this badass mofo higher up? Well, to be honest, his one-winged angel form looks less scary. The whole eyes everywhere thing is nice, but the giant dragon that looks not unlike a WoW boss looks way more badass.
Awesome!
The Biolizard, prototype of the ultimate life form. How did they go from Mecha Gecko to a hedgehog? Oh, whatever. The point is, this guy weighing in at 85.7 tons may be one of the most bosses of all time. He has a life support system on his back, which is his only weak point, and his entire body is totally invincible to any of your attacks. And if that's not enough for you, this is after 50 years. Way back when, he fought against the gun soldiers and wiped out almost the entire group. And then, he remained in suspended animation for 50 years until Eggman used the emeralds to launch the Eclipse Cannon, which ended up launching Gerald's program and released him from it. And if that's not enough for you, he used Chaos Control to infuse his body with the Ark. You think Shadow made Chaos Control? Biolizard's the real OG.
Yeah, for real, nigga. Outstanding!
Now, you may be wondering, hey, isn't this another robot? Well, screw you. The Time Eater bitch slaps any other robots because it wasn't originally a robot. It was modified into a robot. It's like if you ask for chocolate ice cream and somebody gives you vanilla ice cream with chocolate sauce, it's still freaking vanilla ice cream. Now, this battle is both cool and lame. The concept? Cool. Two Sonics fighting through time? Crazy. The gameplay? It was pretty bad in my opinion. The boss design? Totally crazy, totally awesome, the spastic movements, everything just made it awesome. Having every character yelling at you to avoid the homing shots? Lame. I'm sorry, the power of friendship thing should die. One cool thing about this fight was you could put in any music you want. You can use the default Time Eater theme, it was all cool and stuff, or you can make it much better in my opinion by putting in something like Sonic Boom, Endless Possibility, or if you want hell to freeze over and Satan to cry, you could put in a new venture.
Perfect Chaos!
This was the first monster Sonic ever had to face in his super form. Not only was this guy the first, he's probably still the most badass monster in the Sonic universe.
Backstory behind this big trip is that he was originally a Chow. Yeah, those adorable little things that race each other, that's what this thing was. Until the day he came into contact with the Master Emerald and became some weird-ass mutated thing.
Imagine having this guy as a Chow.
Now, while most monsters just take up the power of the Emerald, Chaos only took the negative power out of them. He doesn't even need all the power to transform into this shiznit.
And to top it all off, if you head to the Lost World stage with Sonic and jump over the capsule, there's a mural of Perfect Chaos with water everywhere and looks scary as hell. Yeah, not many bosses get their own murals.
And how do you beat a monster like this? You ram him at the speed of sound. Yeah, shit hurts, man.
This guy is awesome enough to returning Sonic Generations, and he's scarier than ever with a new HD design. I mean, look at that. He's got scales, and the water's so much scarier, he doesn't have that stupid flapping mouth he had 10 years ago.
And he's got green spikes and lighting all over him. And his eyes are a different shade of green. Wait a minute. Green.
Bro, it's okay, bro.
Green!
It's okay!
Green eyes!
Okay, so let's just calm down. And you beat him in Generations the same way, only with normal Sonic, and it's still just an awesome freaking fight. Perfect Chaos, the original monster of the week. Join us next week when we talk about hot chicks.
What?
Just roll with it.
I don't want to be a furry.
Can't beat my, no they can't beat my Brooklyn rage. I don't wanna be a furry. Can't beat my, no they can't beat my Brooklyn rage. I don't wanna be a furry.